relatively average body. Off of me!
Sponsored by Squarespace. Click the link below. With how much I donate to animal shelters, they don't call me Mr. Bestiality for nothing. As if I didn't suffer enough Catholic guilt, I got to watch the first 5 episodes of Hazbin Hotel early, the indie series that became an Amazon show, living the dream. This hugely inspired me. Hopefully my upcoming pilot, Loki IRL, will be picked up by Tubi or Quibi. It's about a future where art is brought to life to fight each other like Pokemon. Disclaimer, Amazon gave me the Hazbin episodes early because they pity me, and I'm not quite friends with creator vivziepop, but we have talked many times, though I won't hold back in this review.
Kill the bitch!
Hazbin Hotel takes us to hell, where yearly demons are purged by angels, souls erased from existence unless there's a super hell. To earn salvation, the princess of this realm, Charlie, opens up a hotel to reform demons, the Hazbin Hotel. But is this show worth checking into, or should I destroy the bathroom with my Homestuck body paint? Let's find out.
'Cause the rules are black and white, there's no use in trying to fight it. They're burning for their lives until we kill them again.
Hazbin is an explicit musical comedy full of sex and dirty jokes. If you don't like the creator's other work, Hell of a Boss, don't bother. There's the meme that all the jokes are the characters just swearing for the sake of it, but each personality is pretty distinct. Like the hotel owner, Charlie's the nice girl who contrasts well with everyone. The adult film star, AngelDust, is insanely horny like a 2015 cartoon reviewer. Classic. I'm a genius and want to corrupt every trad wife in sight. I also love Nifty, this deranged little gremlin who manages to weird out everyone. And Serpentious is pretty amusing with him being a cartoonish villain, yet he's so empathetic towards his egg minions.
Do you want to stay here and redeem yourself?
Yes?
Then no more eggs.
All right, Eggies. You've got to go. I can't keep you anymore.
Okay, boss.
No, don't resist. This is how it has to be.
There's more in the group as they want to redeem sinners. While I enjoyed that, I found the ongoing subplot far more interesting. On the side, we follow another group of characters who feel this peaceful solution isn't enough. Which is all I'll say to avoid spoilers. 5 episodes in and I'm curious how that goes. Though I got a big issue with the setup.
Welcome to the Hazbin Hotel, a misguided path to redemption. Founded 5 days ago by Lucifer's delusional daughter, Charlotte Morningstar.
If you're wondering, Hazbin takes place after the pilot, duh, which is free on YouTube, so this Amazon show has to catch people up. But I think it will stand on its own. I don't know if the pilot will be streamed there too due to whatever legal spaghetti they got. Of course fans are gonna know to watch it. Yet I worry about some ill-informed grandma who sells taxidermy of her late husband on the side discovering the series and missing out on the prologue. Will they understand it? No idea. Not my problem, you decrepit bitch. Maybe this is why the first 7 minutes of the Amazon series is a big info dump on the premise. They got an in-universe commercial explaining how this hotel redeems people. Which, a commercial is good to condense info, but they spend minutes after arguing that the commercial did not relay enough as they info dump more and more.
It didn't explain anything about how we're trying to save demons from extermination, which is the whole fucking point.
Vaggie is right, Alastor. The commercial was to let sinners know we are trying to help them.
You do see their personalities in their arguing, but I feel like seeing them in action could have been better. All you need to know is that they're in hell, there's a purge, and this hotel helps people. All this extra history about heaven versus hell and Lucifer could have been explained later on. Like, maybe have an opening scene for a new guest coming in, have each employee show up one by one, failing to do their job to service them. You know, Charlie tours them around the hotel. They notice the place is a mess. Here, introduce Nifty, the maid, trying to clean up, only to freak out the customer. Charlie moves them along to drink with the bartender Husk, who's an asshole and nobody's favorite character.
Can I have a clean glass?
Go! Here you go, your majesty.
After introducing everyone, have the guests rush out the place while Charlie gets sad and sings a very gay song, no homophobe. Instead of arguing what their jobs are, show them. Like, what the hell does this chick even do? Burning ants with magnifying glasses for charity? couldn't be me. Beyond the overstuffed opening, the show gets a lot better unraveling the plot. As a musical, you get about 2 songs per episode. Not sure how to judge music beyond saying each one sounds unique from the other, but many of these I was ready to download. The cast had experience on Broadway and Disney films. While I never talked about it much, I love musicals and have seen many live in theaters. Even Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, I was there in New York, that was my ground zero. Due to the credits not specifying who voices what, I think the evil angel Adam is voiced by Alex Brightman, the stage actor for Beetlejuice, something I've been wanting to watch for years. If it is him, he's great.
I know, I fucking rock.
The fan favorite seems to be AngelDust, so I'm glad to report he got the best episode so far. Part 4, Masquerade. It's not distracted by any guests at the hotel, no subplots expanding the lore or upcoming conflicts. It's all about him. In this franchise of crude sexual humor, they were able to transition into the proper tone when he's alone with his abuser. For their scene, all the jokes stop as it rightfully becomes scummy and uncomfortable. This moves into the song Poison.
Yeah, I know it's
Poison, copyright poison, you're feeding me poison, I'm choking from the taste, I can't help but swallow the copyright from your poison. You typically see AngelDust as the smug, confident one, but hearing his voice crack as he sings adds a lot of pain to his character. It's my favorite track along with the second one later in the same episode. It expands on his relationship with another character that I never really cared about until now.
Whoops. And now, a word from our sponsor.
But first, this video is sponsored by Squarespace. Got an idea for a cartoon? Want to host a website, organize your art, or sell stuff? You need a website. Squarespace. From so many easy templates, you can use their fluid engine to customize your site for all your needs. Posting your art on social media is a disorganized mess. You need a portfolio of your best work. Currently, I'm constructing the site for my upcoming Loki IRL pilot featuring character bios, model sheets, their interests, art, fan art, style guides, favorite songs. Keep it organized. Go to squarespace.com for a 14-day free trial. If you're ready to look professional, get 10% off a site using my link. Squarespace.com/RebelTaxi. Check the description below. So the designs often get criticism for not reflecting the personality or lore of the characters. I never found it as much of an issue here in the context of the show so far. Like, it never really mattered this guy is a spider cause multiple arms, I guess. Alastor is a deer. And black? He's about as black as Marceline the Vampire Queen. Maybe they just need some moisturizer.
Do you know what that means, Tom?
No, what does that mean, Katie?
Sometimes people make a cool design and worry about the characterization later. Personally, I would have changed his hair and made his skin darker, but anyway, I found those design choices irrelevant to the show until we got to this character. So, you see this guy, shorter than the main girl Charlie, looks kinda like her. Who do you think this is? Her brother? Her boyfriend? Both? No, that's her dad, Lucifer, as in the king of hell, the highest in this realm's hierarchy. He's a ruler and also a wacky inventor who was cast from heaven for making stupid shit. He probably came up with the platypus or whatever these jumbo sperm are.
Oh, yeah, yes. He went away.
In life, we are all jumbo sperm. Lucifer's got the eccentric toymaker feel of Tommy Pickles' unemployed dad, though they fumbled in him feeling like a ruler. He doesn't feel like a big presence as he dresses about as fancy as anyone else. His room they introduce him in just feels like the basement I cry in.
Kinky.
It lacks the visuals to show he's royalty, where I questioned if he still had any political power here. I think they could have introduced maybe an exterior shot of a castle or a simple hallway with guards overlooking his room. Does he lack that presence because he's a has-been, maybe? Still, give him some lines on his face to look older, make him larger. He just looks like another Tumblr sexy man trope when the show already has a couple of those. You know, tall, skinny, has a suit and top hat. Now, in order to attract more women, I have decided to give myself a sexy man redesign any Tumblr refugee can lust over. Ta-da! I'm singing in the rain! As for more controversial designs, I gotta bring up Alastor again, the New Orleans radio demon who manifests actual religious voodoo symbols in the pilot. This is mainly a black religion that has a history of racists portraying it as evil. I doubt the creator knew that and just did it because it seemed stylish and Princess and the Frog did it with their New Orleans villain. Thankfully, these symbols got replaced by, I think, generic X's and arrows in the Amazon series. Too bad the recent trading card merch got through with the old symbols. With how much merch there is and how many trading cards they made, it likely slipped through with the merch team not knowing any better. There's a lot of people that work on different aspects of the show and promotion, so one person cannot oversee everything. As discussed in my old video on animation errors, merchandise typically has early unfinished concepts. Like that rooster in Disney's Moana being angry in the toys because the early scripts called for that. Yet in the final film, he's just silly. There was a LEGO Marvel What If set that featured characters from an episode that was delayed due to the writer having COVID. With Hazbin now using, I believe, generic symbols in the show, I'm sure that will change in future merch. Unless the merch was already in development, merch takes a lot of time to process and change. On to more positive art. I love the style. It resembles a Warriors Cat obsessed middle schooler who doubled down after the teacher said they draw like Tim Burton. A true DeviantArt inspiration. This is our generation's Homestuck.
I swear to fuck.
With the sharp angles and dynamic expressions, there's a real flow to it all that looks fun to draw. Oh, and just the amount of cool background characters that are gone in seconds. While there's a lot of modern TV cartoons I like, there aren't too many where the style speaks to me. If you follow my art blog, I've drawn these guys in my more simplified, sharp-edge look. Hazbin joins those rare few modern designs that inspire me. Rise of the TMNT, Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, and Hazbin. Even my original characters, I started adding these big-ass eyelashes thanks to the Hellverse. Cool art, though some of it's a bit cluttered. Charlie and Vaggie look simple. Angel may have too many stripes and arms, but I can read his body language. Yet the one I cannot defend is Husk. He just has a bunch of dots on him, black hands on top of black pants on top of dark wings. It's a bit hard to process on screen.
With your charming smile and welcoming energy, this job was made for you.
When you look back on the pilot, even Vivzie admitted the pacing was rough. Some shots look way better than the show, others have this Adventure Time wackiness, while other shots look like it was the animator's first time drawing the character. Sometimes great, sometimes very sloppy. Everything got more standardized in the Amazon show, and hell of a boss. At least the new visuals here are much easier to process, though sometimes the panning shots are a bit disorienting. They also do not need to have such frequent switches of up close, wide shots, close-ups. Just pick an interesting angle and dwell on it.
It's nice to finally put a face to the name. You are much shorter in real life.
As for the voice actors, I thought they were all fantastic. Charlie is adorable at just how much he's trying to be a sort of camp counselor.
This is stupid.
This is not stupid! It's just the game! Sir Penn just did it well, so now please try to do the same!
They did recast everyone from the pilot, which I didn't think about the difference much. It's been a while since I watched it. Some people say the recast was because of unions, but that's not true. Supposedly, it was either Amazon or the creator's choice. You know, the need for celebrity voices. Does anyone really care about celebrities behind the cartoons?
I don't know. Someone recognizable has to show up on talk shows.
If you want my theory, I'd imagine Amazon wouldn't have spent so much money on a new IP without the safety net of celebrities to promote the show. Plus, stuff gets changed from pilots all the time. Getting recast blows, but glad the VAs are finding other work. Now, I want to point out something my mutual artist Rec D mentioned about the plot of Hazbin, how it has this ditzy blonde chick wanting to make demons nicer. Meanwhile, the underworld is invaded by angels. As the tone and humor I would describe as an edgy but wholesome Billy and Mandy fanfiction with vibes of a wannabe Tim Burton. Yeah, I fucking love Disgaea 1. Classic RPG. Great game. Don't ever play it. It'll consume your life. Just watch my strange, colorful PSP games vid on it. The stories are very different, but every American franchise needs a Japanese equivalent.
Hey, whatever means I can keep crashing here rent-free. Crack is expensive.
Oh, and for the last controversy, there was talks of animators being paid below standard on this show. I have no expertise on this, but another indie artist stepped in. Zurel, creator of Monkey Wrench and an animator on Smiling Friends, Digital Circus, Long Gone Gulch. He explained this is actually priced above normal and an animator is doing the sketching, not so much cleanup and coloring. That's a separate job with separate pay. Even Lackadaisy offers lower than that, apparently. For me, how I handle my pilot budget, it's more limited. I use a ton of repeated frames, except for action scenes by guest animators. Usually I ask what their rates are and work within that.
Negativity and mockery just brings in the views. Really should have done this earlier.
It wasn't that negative, it was constructive.
So after 5 episodes of Hazbin Hotel, I saw that y'all didn't. I like the hints to what the major side plot was unraveling to. The main cast got good development. I love all the songs, though it does suffer from a bit too much tell and not showing. These characters need to be put through situations rather than talking about them. It's kinda overstuffed at times, but the music and attitude was more than enough to keep me hooked. Again, if you don't like Hell of a Boss, don't bother.
Who wrote this? It's great, right? Keep going.